First of all, congratulations to your national award this year.
Thank you.
So, how about the journey this throughout this 40, 50 years?
Well, it's been about 13 years in the industry. It's been a beautiful journey. I think because I always say this, every film, I've not made like too many films. In the last 13 years, I've been a part of about 11, 12 films. This is my 12th or 13th film, I think. And every film has been a very integral part of my life. So it's been a beautiful journey. Especially, I keep saying that Sapta Saagaradaache Ello, with this film, I come a full circle in the industry. So it's like, one lifetime is done in the industry now. From now on, after this film, I'll start with the next journey. So it's been a very overwhelming journey for me.
You have been promoting your own movies very well and there's some media. If we take Triple Seven Charlie and all. But the side A was not much promoted. Is it because of the overconfidence in the production?
No, actually, side A we wanted to release in Kerala. In fact, all the arrangements were done. It's just that we had sold the OTT rights of side A very long time, long back, even before the film production started. In fact, the production was not with Paramba Pictures then, it was with another producer. He was supposed to produce it, and he had sold the OTT rights for Amazon. And our idea was to release the film here in the fourth week, and probably to come on Amazon on the sixth week. But in the last moment, we got to know from Amazon that no, the film is coming on Amazon on the fifth week. So then we thought that there's no point because the film will be on Amazon, and then why would anyone go to the theater? But still, we thought because our film is the kind of film which you should watch in theater because it's a beautiful theatrical experience. We still thought that okay, let's release it. It's okay if it is on Amazon also. It's okay. Let's release. People who want to watch it in theater will come to theater and watch it. But then I think there are rules here that if it is on Amazon, then the theaters don't release the film here. So then in the last moment we let go of the idea.
So, what was the intention to show the second part scenes along with the first part, sir? Intention showing the second part scenes in the first half when it released on OTT.
In the end, you mean? In the end, we are showing side B. The intention is, see, I'll tell you, if Hemant was here today, probably he would answer this question the same way. Because he has answered this a lot of times that, when a love story, when a love story ends, we either it ends with a tragic ending or with a happy ending. And we think that this story is over and we go home. But no story is ever over, right? Because even if the love story ends, each couple either they move on or they stay together. Even if they stay together, there is a story there. Even if they move on from each other, there is a story there. There are two stories there. So the idea was that the story never ends, and we wanted to show what happens after this. So that is what is side B, and we wanted to give a small glimpse of the whole film inside A because we wanted people to know that there is a continuation, and we wanted them to guess what might happen.
So there is two heroines in a film, and if one heroine gives a heartbreak to a hero, then the other heroine definitely, in terms of commercial cinema, will take the hero to a happy place. So where will Surabhi take one and two? No, you can explain without spoilers if you will.
Yeah, for that, that's the story. What happens, how they are all, the story is coming to an end decidedly, so we can't give away that information, but definitely he will meet interesting characters inside me. And will you be happy with Surabhi? Yeah, that's exactly.
That we don't watch in the film.
Yeah.
So your character is in so much pain that we can't even go for watch further the movie that we are in tears. So what was inside you? What was your process? That did you connect to your own heartbreak, or you were in these Manu's shoes? What was that process actually?
Well, the story is written by Hemant Rao, and luckily, before we went on set to shoot, we had workshops. For side A, we had different kind of workshop. For side B, we had different kind of workshop. For side A, when for to develop the chemistry between Priya and Manu, and Rukmini and me, Rakshit, and Hemant as a director. He had a different kind of a workshop where we had to do trust exercise and things like that. So by the time we went on set, Manu and Priya were already in love. That chemistry was already built. For me and Chaitra for side B, we had a very different kind of workshop. We never had to know the characters in the workshop. Manu never had to know Sulubi. Sulubi never had to know Manu because that is happening in the story. So he wanted us to know the characters when we shoot the film. But Rakshit had to know Chaitra. Chaitra had to know Rakshit. So we had only 2 days of workshop there. So basically, what I'm trying to say is Hemant Rao is kind of a director. He basically prepares the actor. He prepares us for whatever is necessary. Before we go to shoot. And once we start shooting, also with every scene, as the character is building inside us, he's taking us along through the journey. Other than that, preparations as such in the sense, if when we are shooting, it is completely Hemant and Rao. I didn't take too much time to get inside the character. Probably, I was already in the loop always, so I put on 20 kilos for cycling. So we had like 4 or 5 months of gap. Last time when I come for Charlie promotions, I was in the process of putting on weight for this film. For the side B film, I had already shot side A. For side B, I was putting on weight. So every day morning when I get up, I look at myself in the mirror. I look more like Manu than Rakshit. So it was not that difficult for me to get inside the character and come out. I could manage.
And also, like as actors on set, we never use our personal experiences to emote anything. The script was already so beautiful. Like we were there as those characters and then we played. I don't think it is right on anybody's part to use their own personal experiences to emote because after a point you will break. And then you can never use or tap into the same emotion again in case you have multiple deaths or breakups. You can't go and tap to the same thing and then just say, I cried when I remember my own personal experience. So I don't think that as actors we are like that, at least with what I've observed. I've not observed that, so yeah, that's what's up.
In the sense, I don't think so. In the movies, kind of emotions we go through, so much emotion we don't go through in real life. In real life, it's quite easy to get up. In movies, it's difficult because there is a beautiful poetic love story which is formed on screen.
Okay, Chaitra, you have done some amazing work. So when it comes to side B, what are the layers that a character got? This character also comes from a lot, like she has a lot of baggage, like how Manu is coming out of jail after 10 years and he has a certain flashback. I also have certain flashback that I come with, and there's a lot of baggage that I also carry. So since these two characters meet in side B, like side B in the sense that after he comes out of jail, they are meeting for the first time. So I am curious, because most of the time you never know if opposites attract or similars attract. So we have to figure out in the story whether we are similar or opposites and how our chemistry ends up being on screen. So with respect to that, there were a lot of layers that I had to think, but I think Hemant had written it so well and described it so well that my work was very minimal. Like I had to to just listen to what he had to say and the descriptions that he gave, and then just stand in front of him, everything he did, and then we reacted. It just happened. So that way, I think I'm blessed with a team which is extremely talented and technically sound. So it became easier for me to play something like this.
Hi, first of all, thank you so much for giving us such a wonderful movie on it. Actually, my question is Chaitra. Actually, how challenging for you to play a character? I think the name is Surari, right? Yeah, how challenging for you to play a character like this that fills the void in the life of Manu, which Priya makes. How are you looking forward to that challenge?
Um, Challenging with respect to like I have to bring something to the table which I have not tried before. That's the only challenge. But again, like I said, Eamon had written the characteristics of Surabhi so well that I did not have to worry about, oh, maybe I look like a Jenny, or maybe I look like a Nancy in some other film, maybe, or some other character. So I did not have that fear. So right when I got to the set and when this establishment was already there, so there is a certain chemistry that Manu and Surabhi shares. So automatically your behavior changes. For example, in real life also, the way you talk to your mother, to the way you talk to your boyfriend, it extremely like two ends. So how that changes happens according to how that your interaction, the memory that you have with certain people, no? So it's exactly the same thing. So whenever I was acting with certain actors, most of the time I was acting with Rakshit, who's Manu. So immediately when I used to come in front of him, it used like that, there was body language, the mannerism, the smile, like the slightest of changes, minute things like smiling would change. So there I only saw myself as Surabhi and the character. And most of the time, when I used to read the scenes again, even now when I read it, I feel very emotional because of the strength of the scene and the character. So I think it just happened. I don't have a process, but automatically when you come in front of the actors, you end up becoming that.
And music plays a vital role in this movie. He's a singer too. Is that the reason to cast her for that particular role? So she said.
Oh, she is a singer. I mean, she's a beautiful singer, but no, we didn't make use of that actually. In the film, not in the film. Because in the film, Priya is a singer.
Yeah.
So, no, her character doesn't say.
Yeah, thank you.
So, so advisor is in a position where a lot of stories are meant to be told because there's a huge market space in front of you. So how you take that kind of opportunity to tell this kind of stories? Because it's a very long movie actually. It's not a we were used to have an 8.3 hours of movies, but nowadays people tend to have a 2 hour kind of movie. So what was the motivation to do a long movie actually?
Now that's the reason we split it in two parts and made 2 hours in 2 films. I mean, the motivation of, for me, it is Hemant because I love the filmmaker. I know he's a beautiful filmmaker, and if given complete freedom, I believe he can create wonders, and I just wanted to be a part of that wonder. But otherwise, the way he has shot the film is very poetic, and there more than the story, the way he's conveying that story becomes more important. The time he spends to get every scene inside your heart, he spends that time on screen, so that when you watch the film, you are actually there. You completely soak yourself in that emotion. That happens because the kind of that poetry what he has sort of. The same film probably the same story can be told in probably 2.5 hours. Two films can be clubbed together and the story can be conveyed in 2.5 hours. But it won't be what the film is today. This film is told in a very poetic manner, and for that, to tell a story in that manner, I think we need 5 years, which is why we split the story into two and made side A and side B.
Any updates on the channel?
As as soon as I finish this, I'll start that. So I'm eagerly waiting for September 17th for two reasons. One is I've been working on this project for 2 years, and I want people to watch it. Second is once I'm done, I want to run away for Richard Anthony because I am eager to start that project as well.
Sir, actually, you always want to be the directorial guy. But how you yourself see as an actor?
It's very difficult to be frank because on set I cannot I get bored to just act because there's nothing to do, just go act and then wait for the next shot. I enjoy it more when I am directing or at least I've written the film, then there are thousand things I'll be doing even if I'm not directing. So the way I have enjoyed Udiyolu Kannante or Viripati or Oneshriman Narayana, that kind of enjoyment on set I don't get when I'm just acting. Yeah. So probably after this I'll be directing more.
Chaitra,
Yes, hi.
you are an actress as well as a beautiful singer. What is your favorite acting or singing?
I love acting. Singing is it's inside me. Like even if I'm not singing for a film or anything like that, I'm just humming most of the time. It just doesn't go out of my head. But acting is something that I want to do. I want to perform in front of people. I like it when people appreciate my work and I enjoy that. So I want to, and I consider myself an actor person and thing next.
Kindly request, can you sing a song for us?
I can't because in this film, like we're promoting a certain way. So only the person who sings is Priya. So if I sing, it will come across like Surabhi also sings. So I'll probably sing to you off the camera.
The director has given her
Strict
very
instructions.
strict instructions that you're not going to sing anywhere.
Alright. So yeah.
Chaitra, you're acting so well in Tommy. So what's your acting experience in Sapta Saagaradaache Ello?
I mean, it's great to work with people like Raj and Rakshit, Hemant. They're great technicians that way. So most of the time it becomes easy when you get into such teams because they're already so well planned with their films. So when you get into that equation, you only can get better and give a lot more so that everything becomes a better picture. So like these two characters also, they're very unique in their ways and very, very difficult to play. But somehow I think because of their existence, I figured out how probably I could play that role. And here also, Hemant was here and great co-actors like Rukmini and Rakshit. So these people also contributed a lot so that I could deliver better. So yeah, it just happened.
So, more than love, there's so much of emotions inside it. Some friendship change too. One guy coming to you when you are in hospital sick, then other guy coming with a cassette. So what about that side of it?
Sapta Saagaradaache Ello has amazing star cast, first of all, amazing actors like Gopal Deshpande and Ramesh Indra, Sharat Govind, amazing actors. And Achar. And beauty is that Hemant Rao has written every character with such depth in them. So whatever characters he's written, when it's played by these amazing co-stars, and you have to perform with them, the experience is definitely always great. Because every time you have certain kind of experience as an actor, they have certain kind of experience as an actor, and you learn from each other. Every time you are working together, there's something or one of the other thing you get to learn from each other. So it's definitely a beautiful experience acting with them.
So my favorite scene was the one which you hear that recorded voice on a tape recorder. So what about your favorite scene on first side with it?
My favorite scene is Manu writes a letter to Priya. In the letter he's written that this is the last time I'll be seeing you. After this I will never be seeing you. But that letter is going to get to her only after he meets her. the last time he meets her. After that, she will read the letter. So when they meet, he knows that this is the last meeting. The audience know that this is the last meeting because he's already read the letter for the audience what she is written for Priya. But Priya doesn't know. So Priya is still in the hope that this guy is mine. Someday he'll come out. Someday he'll come out of the jail, and then I'll spread my life with him. But you don't have that hope because somebody has already given up. Mama has already given up. He doesn't want Priya to waste her life. His life is already wasted. He doesn't want his love life to get wasted. So that beautiful, that scene, the way it was written, the way he writes the letter and he reads it to the audience on the way when he's going to meet her. And as he meets her, the letter says that the last time I'm meeting you. You don't know, but I know that this is the last time. And the way she looks at him, that hope, the scene is written, the way the performance has come out, the way Rukmini has acted in that scene, I think it's one of the most beautiful scenes. If you ask me, top 5 scenes of my favorite scenes of my career, then probably that scene would be one of them.
Sir, you are an excellent actor. ഒരു നടനായതിനപ്പുറം സിനിമ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു റീസൺ എന്താണ്? എപ്പോഴാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്? What is the reason for producing this movie?
In the sense, I believe she's a beautiful filmmaker, and 2 films what he had done, before Sapta Saagaradaache Ello. I was a part of and when we were doing that film, he wanted to do that film in such a constrained budget, and we were telling him that why we can actually extend the budget a little bit. We have bigger market than that, but he was not ready. He wanted his first film to be done in a very certain small budget because he didn't want to take risk. And that film did more probably whatever we invested in the film, we did 5 times more than the investment. The second film also he did in a very constrained budget, and he didn't get the complete freedom to express himself. So when I got that he's going to make a long story, I didn't want any constraints there. I wanted to give him complete freedom in terms of the production value, whatever he wanted. But I know at the same time, I know that he's a very responsible guy. It's not that as soon as we give him freedom to shoot the film the way he wants without any compromise, it's not that he's going to simply waste money. He's a very calculated money spender. So he's very responsible guy. So because of that, we gave him that liberty. And today he's good. He's made a beautiful film. So I believe it's Hemant Rao because of whom I came to decision that I want to produce this film the way he wants to direct it, and I didn't have a second thought about it.
Sir, കേരളത്തിലെ സാർ മെയിൻ സിനിമകളെല്ലാം കേരളത്തിൽ വന്ന് പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാർ എത്താറുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് അത്രത്തോളം സ്വീകാര്യത കിട്ടുന്നതുകൊണ്ടാണ്, അത്രത്തോളം അക്സെപ്റ്റൻസ് കേരളീയര് മറ്റു ഭാഷകളിലുള്ള സിനിമകൾക്കൊക്കെ നൽകുന്നത് കൊണ്ടാണോ സാറിന്റെ മൂവീസ് ഒക്കെ ഇവിടെ വന്ന് സാർ പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള കാരണം?
Yeah, so she's asking, all the movies were so much hit in Kerala, and does that give you any confidence to release this movie also here?
So there is a beautiful legend about Kerala, what we discuss in Karnataka. It's a beautiful story. So every year there is a film festival which happens in Kerala. And the things, there are few film students from Karnataka who built the legend now in Karnataka. So they came to watch those films films to Kochi, to watch those films, to go to the film festival. And in the bus stop itself, they got hold of a rig, and they asked, they didn't know where the theatre is, where the film festival is going on. So they were asking people around, and then they told the rickshaw guy that we want to go to the film festival. So he was like, yeah, I'll take you to the film festival. Come. So he was taking, and he had a whole list of films which is getting played in the film festival. Or auto driver has the whole list of films which is playing in the film festival, and he was also going to the film festival. So now this is the legend which I have heard. So I believe why Kerala churns out such beautiful stories is because I think there's a storyteller in each and everyone here. So if it's a beautiful film, then I believe it will do well in Kerala. So I am very confident that Sapta Saagaradaache Ello film is the kind of film which will definitely do well.
Did any Malayalam film inspire you like that? I want to make film like this. Like there any Malayalam film inspires you?
It doesn't inspire me to make a film like this, but the kind of writing there is in not just one or two films. Every year there are at least 10 films which come from here, which has a beautiful writing, and that technique of writing is definitely inspiring.
Which Malayalam movie you saw recently and you were like, wow, this is very great.
I don't remember names, but
The story?
Ah.
Remember the storyline, maybe we can
not recently, because last few years I was completely out of the idea of watching films. I have not watched any films in the last 4-5 years, but there was a film with Chaithra Achar and and then there is a beautiful film called Abu. His son Abu. That won a national award. Yeah, that is one of my favorite films. And that film which he swears that I won't wear this slipper or thing. So if you tell me I remember the name, but I don't remember the there are many films with that. Many more films which probably it would be a crime if I don't name them, if I don't tell. Yeah, so there are many films with that.
Okay, so are you planning any movies in Malayalam or are you planning to act in Malayalam? Are you taking offers?
It's very difficult for me. See, when I act in films, the most I can express any emotions. But as soon as you give me dialogue, that starts making me nervous. So as soon as I go to the set, every time I take the scene paper and see how many dialogues I have. And then I give myself to it completely to learn the dialogues, because dialogues has to come naturally.
Okay, so
If you give me Malayalam dialogues, I will do it on the
So, talking about the dialogue, so do you actually like to tell the dialogues which is in paper, or would you like to improvise the dialogues?
No, I never improvise. I stick on to what dialogues are given to me. Emotions wise, I improvise, but dialogues I normally do not improvise at all. I stick on to what is written. But otherwise, sometimes what happens is that few lines doesn't go well with the character I'm playing, or it doesn't go well the character I have perceived. So that time I go and talk to the director, and director also probably sometimes feel, oh yeah, so he understands my perspective, and if there's any change to the dialogues, he'll do it.
So, Charandaraj music is the soul of the film, and he doesn't score to every scene. Sometimes there is no for some scenes, and some scenes are too much elevated by his music. So, what's Charan's process? I think that he has.
The whole idea comes from Hemant Raman, where because he's very particular about where where he wants the music, where he's planning to play with the sound effects. Like for example, if you watch Lightly, there's a scene they meet in the first time Priya and Manu meet in the jail, and that scene he is played with the clock sound. The clock is ticking all the time. There is no music there. But because he treated that scene that way, every time Priya and Manu meets after that,
The ticking sound.
although they don't, after that he's treated it very musically. But you, subconsciously inside you, you know that there is no time. They should talk as soon as possible. So basically, using sound design, he's trying to play with the audience mind. He's getting inside your mind without your knowledge. Now that is completely a filmmaker's idea of how he wants to convey a few things to the audience without the audience even getting to know. So and Chaitra and Hemant and Rao, they both have amazing combination. They both like when Hemant Rao has an idea, Chaitra knows to execute it pitch perfect. He does it beautifully. So it's a combination definitely.
Chaitra, you are the actor that picks raw characters, like you got to into your sorrow, and when it comes to Sapta Saagaradaache also, there's a rawness to this character, and I haven't seen you in this slow motion heroine type of a role. So, is that what takes you to a character? Is that neatness that brings to the movie, or is it just a gut feeling?
No, I want to do all the hair flying, everything also. But just that, like, they have to convince me with the script where they tell me why she's doing all that. That's it. So somehow these characters have taken my attention very quickly. And the other times, there are scripts that have come to me where it was not convincing enough. So there's no particular decision. It just has to, that gut feeling, they say, no? So I have to feel it very strongly as I listen to the script. So then photography also they've done, both of them. Toby is done few, and maybe he's also done it and things like that, part of that. So there are a lot of similarities, and they love cinema. Whenever I've spoken to them, there's no other things that they speak but cinema. And they're very simple people, irrespective of where they are professionally. They're very, very simple, and I think that is a very attractive quality between both of them. And they're childlike from heart.
Rakshit, Kids Party was my introduction to watching Kannada films. So there is a small similarity between Kids Party and our own Triangle, which is a new Polish. So have you accepted that similarity or?
In a sense, Kick Party, the initial script I had written very long time back, even before Vidor Prananthi. So I think that is one of the first scripts I had written, but we had kept it inside. Like after when we realized that we want to make a film, produce a film ourselves in Karamba studios and do a film. Our initial idea was to do Honestly Manala. And then as we started working on it, we realized that this film requires a lot of budget. It can't be made in the budget what we are planning. So then we were confused that what film to do. That is when Premam released. So me and my friends, we went to watch Premam and I was like, wow, actually I have a script which is completely based on my engineering days. So that's when we decided that let's do that film. But definitely there are few things which I love Premam, obviously, and there are few things which in Premam which was so nice that I couldn't stop myself, getting those elements in Kick Party. Yeah.
So what about the part 2 Kick Party?
I don't think so. I'll produce for sure. Probably for newcomers. Like we use the franchise and probably make Kick Party of the newer generation. But yeah, I have other plans for myself. So.
Yeah. Coming to SC, actually, this cassette and tape record plays a vital role after a certain point of time. Is there any particular reason behind that? And also, both of you, is there any tape record memories for you personally?
particular reason for using that is, one thing, it's beautiful, right? In the sense, the idea of recording something, and that, it is not today's generation. It is the love story itself is not today's generation love story. Although it is happening like what 10 years back the story is happening, yet it has certain nuances to the nuances of which happened like it is a story of those days kind of a feeling it has. So because of that, I think the cassette is used, and cassette has a beauty in it. As soon as you record something in a cassette and give it to a girl to listen to it, she has to search for a tape recorder now to play the cassette, because today there is no tape recorders. So as soon as you know that tape recorders are in general use, this story must be set like 20 years back. But otherwise, I think when I was doing my engineering, I was a big music lover. So I used to buy at least one cassette every week. I used to get 200 rupees as my pocket money, out of which 90 rupees I used to spend on cassette. Rest 110 I used to spend, for lunch, dinner, all that. I used to stay in hostel. So I had a cupboard. If I open the drawer, it used to be filled with cassettes. Every cassette in the world was there. That is my memory of the cassette.
Yeah. Chaitra, so
With respect to this film, cassette and our connection, I don't know where to say the film. They have used the cassette thing continuous, but yeah, it's placed in beautifully. Like for that, like the screenplay would speak better.
personal experience in
Personal experience with cassettes. I remember my mother telling that she used to record me, like, how does a crow, sound? I was like, I made those sounds when I was 2 years old. So she used to record all that and then, play it when my dad comes home. So that in case I don't repeat those things again. So I have a faint, I don't have a memory, but I remember my mother telling that I used to make these sounds and she used to record and play it on tape record.
The Kerala film lovers certainly loves the triple R team from Karnataka. Rakshit Shetty, Rakshit Shetty. If people are coming in the movie, certain people, film lovers know that movie is good. How's your friendship is going? Are you three people discussing each other about the projects and all?
In a sense, see, we have the kind of writers who probably are very clear that this is my script. There is no change there. There is nobody else who will come and Raj is also like that. I am also like that. Rishabh Papa sometimes he takes inputs in the sense if Raj gives him a legend, he takes and sees how he can make use of it. If I give him an idea, he will see how he can make use of it. But me and Raj are more like this is our draft. There is no change here, so no discussion there. But otherwise, there is a script called which I had written during COVID time, and the script is called Video Moksha. Where all three of us, not just three of us, we were from City. All four of us were being a part of that script. But let's see, because I need to finish Richard Anthony first, and then probably before I go to Pune that I shoot that. That's a very small film. Or I shoot that film after Pune and whenever I shoot, I'm sure Raj definitely would want to play that character. Except after Kantara 1 and Kantara 2, I'm not sure if he will play the character.
So,
മലയാളത്തിൽ ഒരുപാട് ഫാക്ട് വൈസ് ഉള്ള ഒരു ഫിലിമായിരുന്നു KGF. കന്നഡയിലെ ഇന്ത്യ ഫുള്ളായി ഹിറ്റായ കൂടി എല്ലാവരും ഇപ്പോഴും മാതൃകയാക്കാൻ നോക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഫിലിമാണ് KGF. The question is, കേരളത്തിൽ പൃഥ്വിരാജ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻസ് ആണ് വിതരണത്തിന് എത്തിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഞങ്ങൾ എല്ലാവരും വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സിനിമയാണ് ഡിസംബർ റിലീസ് എന്ന സലാർ. വാട്ട് ഓൺ പൃഥ്വിരാജ്? സാറിന്റെ ഒപ്പീനിയൻ?
He's been a a great support for us, all of us, because he's the one who has released all Kannada films in Kerala, KGF, Kantara, Triple Challenge, and whatever he has released until now has been a super hit. He's the only three, right? He's not released any other let's say he's a lucky charm for us, to release. Also, he's very particular. It's not that he just because we want to release, he'll release. He's very particular about giving good content here in Kerala, and so yeah. When we approached him for Saidi also, he had already watched the trailer and he liked it, and he goes of the opinion that we'll not do a big release like Charlie, we'll do a smaller release for Sapta Saagaradaache Ello because of the kind of film it is. And we were also of the same opinion. And when we are releasing Saidi also, we are not going as big as what we went for Charlie, because this is this film is for very niche audience, and he understands all that. He's a writer, director, producer, and an actor. So some way we connect to that idea because we are also that.
Okay, thank you. I think talking about your movies, all your movies are like emotionally connected very well. So how do you choose your script?
I think my scripts come to me. It has been like that because when I was doing Honest Shiva Narayana, there were long gaps in between, and the actor was supposed to be a part of Charlie. He backed off, and then I asked Kiran if I can play the role, and I was anyways producing. Then I acted in the film also. So that happened like that, and then for certain different reasons, actually, Sapta Saagaradaache Ello started. At that time, it was just one film, and then it grew into two films. But it started for different reasons. It came to me for very different reasons. But now that I have done it, and I look back, it seems like as if the scripts choose me than me choosing the script.
Okay. So before we end up this session, actually we should talk about Rukmini Vasant also. She has done some amazing work in this movie. So can you please tell about her character as well?
Well, if you guys have watched Side whoever has watched Side has fallen in love with the Priya character because the way she has performed, it doesn't seem like this is a second film. She's done a beautiful job. She's one of the best actors I have worked with. In the sense, see, probably there are many actors. Actors as good as Rukmini Vasant also I have worked with, but the kind of dedication what she gave and the craftsmanship what she has as a personality what she is just amazing. And when I got to play a character like Manu, which is written so deep, probably if not Rukmini Vasant, who actually was capable enough to play that character, which was written with such depth, probably if not her, I wouldn't have given my best as Manu, because my co-actor was as dedicated, and when you act, there are few films probably where the eye interaction is not that important probably, but for this film, for the intense character, what Hemant had written, the interaction through the eyes was so important, and I don't think so. Like what Rukmini did, I can't imagine anybody there after working with her. So she's one of the best actors I have come across in the last 12 years.
I completely agree and I add to that. And we really miss her. It's just because of her prior commitments, she couldn't be here.
We miss both.
Yeah, Hemant also.
Yeah,
You're working on the film, yeah, basically, but yeah.
We're taking the final out today in Chennai. and Minnie, for some reason, she had to leave to Malaysia for another film shoot where she couldn't adjust the dates, so she couldn't be here.
On that note, sir, in Kerala, we are facing major problem that reviews are causing the major problem in film industry. Do you, as an actor, do you believe that the reviews are causing problems in the film making or film after releasing?
See, the written, I think the problem is with not the written reviews. The problem is with the big video, right? Now that becomes a problem because today, see, written reviews, people who are interested in the film, they go in search of the written reviews and read it. But these videos, what we make, can spread across as reels also. And if you let out the major important part of the story in those videos, and if it spreads as reels, and if everybody get to know the story of the film even before they watch it through because of the reels, then it's definitely dangerous. So, I mean, you cannot stop someone from writing a review, but making a video using film clips and when you make a video, they will talk something. When you write, you can think, but when you make a video, whatever comes, it just comes. And most of the times, you are just telling the story. That is the review. Most of the video reviews are like that. You basically tell the whole story. And this part of the story is like this. This I didn't like. This story next after it continues to be like this. This I like. This is how the reviews are. And videos have more. It can spread faster, so that can spoil the experience of watching the film.
And also the thumbnails that they use just for clicks, no? Like I remember seeing like so many particular like crap movie. So people were like, oh, this is a crap movie. Let me just go see. And then they form an opinion without even watching the film. They already think this is a crap film. Then the film could have like been a nicer film. Just for his personal opinion about something shouldn't influence someone else's viewing experience. So that is bad.
Do you believe that can review destroy a film?
Sorry?
Do you believe that with that review can?
Definitely, I mean it's.
In the sense, not everybody's review can be like for example, if I am a film goer, I might be intelligent enough to watch the video and say that okay fine, he might think like that, but my opinion might be different. I'll go to theater and watch it. But there are 10 other people who definitely probably might not think like that and just believe that what he says. Because it's easier for them to see. Going to theater to watch a film is more difficult than sitting at home and lazing out. Sitting at home and lazing out is easy. So as soon as somebody tells that the film is not good, your first option is let's sit at home, why go till there, spend money, watch the film if it's not good. And anyways, in today's date, 30 days or 50 days it will be already. So that option is also there. So already people are already laid back. They don't want to come to theaters.
So side A is more soft, more calm, and what will be side B? Is it a raw and intense?
You should know what I always tell that side A is more of Indian classical fusion with Western music. Side B is more of rock and roll. So yeah, there will be a lot of pain.
No, we actually did not expect because the amount of love you guys showed here and the acceptance, people, I did not know they were tagging me, calling Jenny, has done a good job, and they used to cut reels of Toby and Jenny together, all those things. Like I was like, wow, like this acceptance I never expected, and it was overwhelming. I really would like to thank everyone who's gone and watched, and yeah, I'm just grateful.
Can you give the updation of Richard Anthony?
Sir?
Richard Anthony. Share
Update.
the
Once this film is released, I'm running. I have to finish one last final draft, which I have to finish it by December end. Is my target. Jan I'll start the pre-production. By March or April max, I want to go on.
Okay, thank you so much everyone. എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഇനി കുറച്ച് സമയം കുറച്ചൊരു ടൈം ലിമിറ്റേഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. I think that questions will go on, go on, go on. So thank you so much for sharing such great experience with us. So what do you want to tell to our audience out there?
If you have watched Side A already, then beautiful. If you have not watched, please go to Amazon and watch it. Because it's going to be a very nice prelude before you watch Side B. And don't miss the Side B in theaters because this film